welcome. You know me. I'm going to show you about where we keep our tripods and how to get through the camera tripod checklist. So this is the corner. A lot of different kinds of tripods and things that you might use. The checklist only has really a few things that you have to do specifically with camera tripods. So you could end up getting a tripod that has no quick release plate, but most of the ones that we have this specific kind of connection. It's called a 501 PL, and it was developed by this company named Manfrotto, and it's kind of a ubiquitous industry standard. So in fact, most of the camera tripods that you're able to use or check out will use that same kind of quick release plate. This tripod, the one that camera's on right now, all have those quick release plates. And I also leave them on most of my DSLR cameras so that you don't have to screw in and unscrew the quick release plates every time you get out a tripod and use a camera. It should just quick release directly into the tripod head. Other things that you'll find here, there's a couple of mic stands. This is actually a monopod, not a tripod, but it works about the same. Here are some kind of other camera stabilization tools, usually to use on your shoulder. And let's get right into the checklist now. This big boy is the tripod that you'll use for the checklist. It has a Manfrotto 501 pan tilt head. It also is what you would refer to as a crutch style tripod, which means it has these big legs. This is the heaviest duty tripod that we have for camera use. It's also the smoothest pan tilt head that we have. So it's a good one to use for a big camera or for important shots, or for shots that are telephoto or far away from a subject. All right, this is how you use it. The big crutch style tripod, first of all, has some little locking catches that keep the legs together. I'm going to undo those first. And now it's all about using these little levers, which will let the legs get taller. I'm going to set this one up pretty much to full extension. So I moved it all the way down to the bottom. You can do that too. This one I probably have to fix, but works about the same. So moving out the legs to full extension, you don't want to use it with the legs kind of extended because it's not very stable, but the legs will go out and stop. And it doesn't need a spreader or anything like that. This particular camera tripod has a feature which is usually only found on pretty expensive and professional tripods. That's one of the reasons why I'm having you use this one. It's a leveling bowl. So you don't have to take it apart like this all the time. All right, this is a way for your pan tilt head to drop onto your tripod, and it's interchangeable with other 100 millimeter bowls. This is a bowl because it looks like a bowl, and it has this kind of half sphere, semi-sphere that fits right into it. You won't have to take this off for the checklist, but I'm showing you how it works. This guy fits up underneath here, consequently has a really nice Allen wrench that lets you tighten things up on the tripod too. If it should come off or you need to replace it, that goes up under there. This one threads on from underneath. The cool thing about this is it lets you either level up your camera or create something that's not level on purpose. For the purposes of this right now, I'm going to use this bubble level. And I can see when that bubble is in the middle of the circle, it's probably pretty level. I know I'm going to get a level shot with my camera. We're back down here, and I have an old beater camcorder, and we're going to put a quick release plate on this thing. Quick release plate like this has a 1/4-20 stud that will fit into an insert on your camera. So I'll start by hand tightening that one, and once I get it to the point where it needs to get tighter, I'm using this flat head screwdriver to tighten it down the rest of the way. So now I have a quick release plate on my camcorder. Quick release plate on this one is pretty long, and it is directional, so it will only go into this pan tilt head the correct way. It's like you're driving forward into your garage, and all you got to do is line up the channel and push it in until it clicks. You'll see that your camcorder will still move forwards and backwards, but it is captured in there right now. In order to keep your camera from moving, there's just a little tensioner you can tighten, and now it is solid in there. I can tilt, I can pan. This is the tilt drag. So if I turn this, it gives more tension to the tilt and it takes more force to move it, so you're probably ending up moving it slower. This is a tilt lock, and if you tighten that down, it should not tilt. Okay, this is a pan. Up inside here is a pan drag, and I can tighten that to make it more difficult to pan. I can loosen it if I need to do a very fast pan or a whip pan. This is the pan lock, and it's probably not functional right now. It didn't do anything. I'd probably have to take it apart and fix that. I already showed you how the leveler works, but when we create a Dutch angle in camera terms, it's taking our camcorder and tilting it so that the frame is tilted and a little bit off kilter. And it's intended to give the viewer the sense that things are a little bit uneasy or not quite right, which is pretty cool. Here's one cool thing you can do with this. If you're outside and you need a little extra traction, you can push down this little spike that comes out of the bottom of the foot of the tripod, and it'll dig into the ground, give you a little more stable shot. Don't want to use that inside in the school though, or on somebody's hardwood floors. The last item on the checklist is just to break down and store the components. So we're going to do that. This, you first have to loosen up the quick release plate, and then you should be able to slide off your quick release plate when you push the red button. Boom. If you're doing your checklist, you'll pull off the quick release plate from the camera, and I'm making this thing shorter now. If you need to get lower than this, you can pop any one of these legs out and they'll go a lot lower, even to the point of putting your camera right on the ground. You got to get that really low angle shot. You will put these clips back on the legs. And this tripod has one correct place where it lives in this classroom. It's on these two hooks right here. So the hooks will grab underneath one of these legs, and it goes right up on the hooks. That's where you put it away. That's where you get it again next time. Thanks.